Hey everyone, so I hadn't actually planned on doing this video, and even when one or two people requested that I do it, I was like, I don't want to do this video, but so many people have been asking me about this, literally a million, hyperbole, whatever. So I thought, I'm going to have to do this video just to sort of make my responses easier for people. And now that I've sat down and doing it, I'm kind of glad that I'm doing it, because if I didn't say my piece about this, I'd probably kick myself that I didn't get my thoughts out there about it. As you can tell by the title, I'm addressing the fact that the news has now been announced that Doctor Who Series 7, the next series, will be split over 2012 and 2013. So it's just like Series 6, it's going to be split into two halves, but Series 6 at least airs in the same year. Series 7 is going to be across 2 years, and there is a big uproar about this. People are really annoyed about this, and the reason given is that Stephen Moffat is going to concentrate on doing Sherlock. Now, Sherlock was really successful. I didn't watch it. I kind of caught snippets of it. I know roughly what it's about, but I don't give a stuff about Sherlock. If Sherlock was never on television again, I don't care less. So for a lot of fans of Doctor Who are fans of Sherlock. So some people have said to me, Amy, I'm a bit upset that Doctor Who is going to be on over the 2 years, but I would have liked to have had. I like Sherlock as well, so I'm gonna enjoy watching Sherlock anyway. So I'm glad it's coming back. I respect your opinions, and if you like both, brilliant, that's really good for you. I'm really happy that you're getting to watch both shows, because there's nothing more exciting than when one of your favourite series comes back. But a lot of you have said, I prefer Doctor Who to Sherlock, or I don't care about Sherlock, I want the whole series in the 1 year. And I completely agree with you. I am really annoyed that it's spread over the 2 years, because it's essentially giving us less Doctor Who, If they put the entire series in 2012, we could then have Series 8 in 2013. It is possibly rumoured, possibly confirmed, that Matt is contracted until at least 2013, which would effectively have given us another 2 full series of Matt Smith, whereas now it'd only give us 1 series of Matt, which deducts another, say, possibly 13 episodes we could have had. Think how much stories, think how much they could address within those 13 episodes, and they're just wiping them out completely. I think it's because they're lacking in ideas. They have covered a lot of stories with Doctor Who over the past, 5.5 series. They will have done by the end of the 6th series with this River story. I think River's story is one of the most exciting, and obviously that hopefully might possibly carry into Series 7, I don't know. We'll have to see how Series 6 ends, but I think that they're splitting it because they're lacking ideas. They may have enough to fill the entire Series 7, but that then gives them the extra year to work out their stories for Season 8, so I think it's a safety net for them, more than just trying to work on Sherlock, because there are producers, there are writers, there are directors who work on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, loads and loads of shows at one time, and they manage and they cope and they do really well. I'm fairly sure that if Stephen Moffat put his mind to it, he could work on Sherlock and Doctor Who, and get out a really good series of Doctor Who and a really good Sherlock. He's fantastic at what he does. There's no excuse for him not to do both. So I think the only excuse could be is that they're lacking in ideas, or, God forbid, they're lacking in funding to put together 2 series over 2 years. I can't see Doctor Who not having enough money to do two really good series, because, that show is amazing. It had really good viewing figures. Merchandise sales are sky high. So I think the only excuse must be is that they're lacking in ideas. And I know a lot of you Doctor Who viewers have loads of really good ideas that you share with me for it. So if they've got no ideas, heck, just talk to the fans. They'll have enough for another million series. So it's just really unfair, because they obviously just assume that everybody who likes Doctor Who and everybody who likes the work of Moffat in Doctor Who is going to automatically like Sherlock, which is the biggest load of rubbish I've ever heard. So I'm annoyed, I'm confused, I'm frustrated, I'm not happy with the news at all. I was going to say something there, but I'll word it a different way. I was going to say that I'm not happy that we're not going to get enough Matt Smith, but then I thought we had that whole David Tennant thing when there was only 4 episodes in a year, and we all coped with that, and that was the build-up to David's end. So to have, say, 6 episodes of Doctor Who in a year is more than we had in 2009. We only had the 4. Whereas now we're going to get the 6 next year. So 6 is better than 4. We're getting a better deal there. But it's still rubbish. In 2005 we had a full series. In 2006 we had a full series. In 2007 we had a full series. In 2008 we had a full series. 2009 we had 4, quite frankly, rubbish episodes, apart from the finale at the end. 2009 we had a good series. 2010 no, 2009 we had the 4, sorry. 2010 we had a good series. 2011 we're having a split series. And then 12 and 13 we're having the series over 2 years. They seem to be like, sort of really lacking in what they're doing. You know, as the years go on, they're putting less and less effort into the strategy of the series, in the airtime of the series. They're not doing really well with that at all, and I'm really quite disappointed and quite frankly really annoyed that they're doing that. They need to sort out their scheduling. They really do. If Moffat's not up to the job, he knows where to go. Now, I don't mean that in a nasty way, because some of the storylines he's done are good, but I think after Russell T Davies left, the quality of the storylines, apart from River Songs one, have gone downhill. The way that the episodes have panned out haven't always been the best. The creation of the creatures is pathetic. We're getting creatures recycled, or we're getting a lot of creatures that we can't really see. You know, they're figments of imagination, or they're just a big blob of goo or something. You know, there's not a lot of effort being put into the design of new creatures. You know, in the previous series with Russell T, we had the Ood, we had the Empty Child, we had the Ziggurats, we had the Cybermen, and the Daleks came back. You know, there was the Slitheen, there was the Autumn, and okay, the Nestine Consciousness was a big gloop. But I mean, in the second episode of the brand new series, we had the Mox of Balhoun, we had the Forest of Cheam, we had, goodness, Lady Cassandra, the Adverts of the Repeated Meme. We had all these different characters, so much fresh ideas, and now they're just recycling characters, and it's just getting really old. And I just want them to come up with something fresh and exciting and not mess about with the way it's aired. You know, I want one series a year, 12 or 13 episodes, fresh characters, exciting storylines, a lot more River Song, and I will be happy. And there's this whole thing, I'm not going to get into the 50th anniversary too much just now, because this video will go on and on if I talk about that. But if they carry on the way they're going, the 50th anniversary is going to be the biggest flop they've ever done. So they need to kick themselves and sort it out, because they're really disappointing fans, and fans are going to lose interest. Yes, the die-hard fans among us will never abandon it, but the fans who kind of just enjoy it, and you know, they like watching it, but necessarily their life wouldn't be over if they missed an episode, you know, they'll stop watching it. So they need to sort it out. They need to stop messing with fans. They need to stop telling us one thing and then changing their minds. And they need to be more creative, more adventurous, and more dedicated. Please feel free to leave comments and let me know your thoughts, and tell me if you agree with any of the babble I've just said. But that's it for just now, so I'll see you all next time. Bye!